Love is Blind is back for its third season after being a surprise smash hit for Netflix over the past few years. The reality show is a bit different than what viewers were used to, since it puts singles into one-person pods where they could interact with another person by talking to them but without actually seeing them. Contestants have the chance to form an emotional connection with someone in another pod, and they can then choose to get engaged to them sight unseen. Couples who get engaged finally get to meet each other. They spend some time together on vacation before living together for a few weeks. Finally, there's a wedding, and each contestant can decide if they want to actually go through with it. Now, you might be wondering why we're talking about the details of a reality game show on Netflix in a video about restaurants in Dallas. Well, to make it easier on potential newlywed couples to navigate their new life together, each season has only drawn contestants from the same city. That way there is no immediate decisions on one person having to move their entire life across the country. Getting engaged without ever seeing the other person is difficult enough. All the contestants on Love is Blind Season 3 live in the Big D. And lucky for us, these Dallas residents have chimed in on their favorite dining spots in Dallas. In this video, we'll do a rundown of those spots as well as specific dishes they recommend. So stick around as Viewcation presents the best restaurants in Dallas according to the Love is Blind cast. SK's pick. SK is a soft-spoken, kind, and intelligent contestant who prides himself on his ability to mesh American culture with the culture of his native Nigeria. His apartment is filled with Nigerian artifacts, and his family likes to cook Nigerian food at home. As such, it's no surprise that one of his favorite spots in Dallas is Salt and Pepper Kitchen and Catering Services. He claims it has the best Nigerian food hands down in the entire Dallas-Fort Worth area. Now, SK knows not everyone has had Nigerian food, but he says not to worry. He recommends starting with a dish called jollof rice, which is like a tomato stew with rice cooked in. You can have beef or chicken added to it, which he says is a must, unless you're not a meat eater. And while everything on the menu at Salt and Pepper Kitchen and Catering Services is a hit, you can really get into authentic Nigerian cuisine by ordering abula and amala. These are both classic dishes from the Yoruba people in western Nigeria. Abula is a mix of a few different soups put together, and it's most commonly eaten alongside amala, which is made from yam or cassava flour. He does say to be careful of the spice level, since Nigerians can usually handle these dishes pretty spicy. But the kitchen at Salt and Pepper Kitchen will spice it to your preference, so you don't have to have a mouth on fire if you don't want one. SK says the dish is the one his mother made in the episode where the contestants met each other's parents, though with a slightly different soup. He also recommends Aso Rock Market in Garland, which sells all the vital ingredients for an authentic Nigerian meal, in case you want to cook at home. Though he points out they also have a dine-in area where you can try out a buffet of several cooked Nigerian dishes. Raven's picks. Raven is a fiercely independent Pilates instructor who values her creature comforts as well as keeping a fit body. So it's no surprise her pick for the best restaurant in Dallas is a place to get some fresh fish. She likes Oishii Sushi and Pan-Asian cuisine in Plano, where you can chow down on a bunch of fantastic sushi without worrying about packing on the pounds. She likes to get her meals started with their Tribeca roll. It's a salmon and avocado roll that also comes with truffle oil, tempura flakes, and shrimp chips. She also recommends the Yellowtail Special after that. The 44 roll is also one of her favorites, which not only has shrimp but also crab meat, yellowtail, and avocado. Plus, it's capped off with spicy ponzu sauce, giving it a nice kick. Raven admits to heading to the restaurant at least once every week when she's in Dallas. When it comes to brunch spots, Raven switches gears from sushi and heads to the Honeyberry Pancakes and Cafe. She loves that it's a cheap and easy brunch without sacrificing taste and good service. She loves to hit up this spot and chow down on gluten-free pancakes, though we're sure you can grab the ones with gluten as well for a tasty Sunday morning treat. Brennon's picks. Brennon Lemieux has brought some charming southern flair to Love is Blind. His cowboy boots and slick-back hair go perfectly with his polite and genteel personality. And on the show, he cops to being a total foodie, which is a good thing when it comes to matching with his potential bride Alexa, who is also a self-described food lover. These two definitely sync up when it comes to their love of the culinary arts. Brennon's pick around Dallas is Yoshi Shabu Shabu in Richardson. It's a great Japanese spot that'll certainly make any foodies happy. Brennon likes the fact that at Yoshi, you get an authentic Japanese cultural experience in addition to the great food. He says that while he loves a classic Texas steakhouse as much as the next person, it can be great to branch out, especially if you have refined taste buds. He also recommends Yoshi as a great spot to bring your family as well as any out-of-towners visiting. It has a great atmosphere and top-notch food without being pretentious or overpriced. Brennon also recommends Babouche, a great Mediterranean restaurant. He says the dolmas are among the best in the Dallas area, and he particularly loves the vibe. It has a calm atmosphere where people can enjoy smoking from hookahs as they dine. Colleen and Bartise's pick. Both Colleen and Bartise chose Drake's Steakhouse in Park Cities as their go-to spot in Dallas. Bartise offered his full order for your consideration. He begins with a classic app of fried calamari, then moves on to his favorite steak order, a bone-in ribeye. He didn't specify what temp the meat is cooked at, but usually ordering medium rare is the way to go at a fine steakhouse. He then likes to mosey to the bar, where he'll cap off the meal with a nice espresso martini. And given that Bartise is a fitness freak, we'll trust his choice in food options. Colleen is equally enthusiastic about Drake's and refers to it as a place she goes anytime she's celebrating with family or friends. She opts for Brussels sprouts and mac and cheese to start, followed by the filet pizza, and she gets her alcohol in the form of their heavenly martinis. Colleen, like Bartise, is someone who keeps in great shape as a ballet dancer, so we trust her gut as well. In addition to Drake's, Colleen also loves Blue Sushi Sake Grill. She's obsessed with the Lion King roll there and claims it hits every time. She also loves the vibe of the restaurant, saying that some people dress up, others dress down, and both choices work equally well. Alexa's pick. Alexa's family hails from Israel, so she knows a lot about great Jewish and Israeli foods. As such, her favorite spot in Dallas is Beverly's Bistro and Bar. She says their latkes and matzo ball soup are top-notch and remind her of the homemade versions she's had throughout her life. Plus, she also says pretty much anything on the menu is authentic and tasty. Plus, it's the spot where she and Brennon had their rehearsal dinner. So if that's not a legit endorsement, we don't know what is. Matt's pick. Matt might have had his heart broken by his former wife, but he never finds himself heartbroken at Hudson House. It's a great new seafood spot in Dallas with a tasty and ample menu. He keeps it classic though, opting to open up his meal with a dozen oysters. He then switches over to the crustacean world with one of the Hudson House's excellent lobster rolls, though he doesn't always opt for the seafood here. He claims not only is their popcorn chicken fantastic, but they have the best cheeseburger in Dallas. And that's really saying something, especially for a seafood joint. Cole's pick. Cole probably has the youngest spirit on the show and is constantly goofing around, making jokes, and having a lot of fun. So it's not super surprising his favorite spot is the Katy Trail Ice House. It has an outdoor patio that's super popular, and they offer buckets of beer as well as a ton of kid-centric foods. We're sure he orders off the adult menu, but it's probably nice for him to have the option. Zanab's pick. Zanab is a flight attendant, so you know she's sampled some pretty tasty food all over the world during her travels. Her choice in Dallas is Catbird, a bar inside downtown's Thompson Hotel. It's a spot for anyone looking for the hottest scene in town. And while she doesn't give any particular food recommendations, she's all about Catbird's espresso martini. Now it's time to hear from you. Have you ever been to any of these spots? What do you think of the Love is Blind third season? Let us know in the comments section below.